welcome to the Dollar Bean Culture Podcast, episode 3, with your hosts, Jimmy and Smippy. And today we will be ranking our top 10 favorite Simpsons episodes, and that's 10 episodes each.
Definitely a hard thing to try and find, but we managed. So hopefully
How,
you enjoy as
how
much
long
as
did
we
it take you to make your top 10?
since we first started the podcast.
It was hard. It was really hard for me to come up with a top 10 because I'm a massive, massive Simpsons fan. Um, and I sort of went for the laughter more than anything. Ones that made me laugh the most.
Yeah, I myself went for ones like solid quotes, apart from one that kind of hit me in the hard spot. So
Yeah, I think I got one on there, which is not as it's probably not the funniest episode in the top 10, but it's got a certain spot in my heart, like you said. But the other nine are hilarious.
yeah, I think most of it is keeping in mind we only have episodes from like season 1 to 10. So
Yeah, there's nothing after season 10.
yeah, we pretty much chose what we needed from there.
Even though there is good episodes after season 10, we're not those people that say it's trash after season 10.
It's not as good after
It's
season
not,
10.
it's still good.
It's still good. It's still good.
It's gone. All right, do you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I got coming in at number 10 on my list is from season 5, episode 13, Homer and Apu. Now, this episode is obviously fucking hilarious, and it's always one of those episodes where I never skip it, and I can always go back to it, and I always laugh, especially the James Woods cameo in it, who plays James Woods in it, which was even better.
I'm me.
Don't jerk me around, fella. Um, and then you get the classic song, "Who Needs the Quickie Mart," which is an iconic, definitely in the top 10 Simpsons songs.
They followed up by like, "Hey, he lied to us through song."
I hate when people do that. And very, very quotable episode. You know, especially Homer. My favorite quote was, "Pooh, to make you feel any better, I've learned that life is one crushing defeat after another till you just wish Flanders was dead."
I'll say my favorite from the episodes is after they get back from India. He goes to check him. No, Pooh, what's going? You don't need to thank me.
Oh man! Or when he goes in undercover with the massive cowboy hat on, with the camera inside it. I think there's a bee inside. Bee. That hat was one day from retirement.
It's just between you and me.
Smash
Smash
that.
that.
Oh, see how good of an episode it is. You can just rattle off quote after quote.
No, it's definitely a good episode.
Yeah, and James Woods being in it too.
No good motherfucking cheese.
Sorry, my microwave. Yeah, what else is this episode? This episode, I could say originally air dated on the 10th of February 1994. I was only 6 days old,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
and you weren't even born yet.
No, I wasn't. There's something like the baby boom around here.
Sucks to be you, mate. And yeah, classic when they finally, they get to India, they go to the very first convenience store. Are you really the head of the Quickie Mart?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
This has been enlightening for you. Is he really the head of the Quickie?
What did you
Oh.
bring us? What did you bring us?
Are we in India? No. Are we in India? No. Are we in India? No. Now we are.
My first one for the top 10 is one that sounds like a little bit close to home, but Stark Raving Dad.
Okay.
Like I've been into mental institutions in my life already, so for me it's an episode that hits hard from home. Of course, home wears a pink shirt to the power plant and gets out of being mentally ill. But comes to my favorite quote of the episode of this is the chief. He's been here since 1968 and hasn't spoken since. Hey, chief. Hello. Oh, well, it's about time someone reached out to me. Of course, you got Michael Jackson in on it too. But of course, the massive rumor is he doesn't actually sing. He does the talking role, but someone else actually does the singing for him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Michael Jackson, not an impersonator, but
Yeah, someone that was fooled me when I was young. So
well, yeah, I thought it was Michael Jackson.
yeah,
I think it was too. I think I don't know the real reason. Like I could probably look it up. But I think he didn't think The Simpsons was going to be anything at that time, and he didn't want to put his name to it. Maybe
yeah, probably.
it's only season 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a shame because most of the good magic happens between season 3 and 10.
Not on Disney Plus, it doesn't, though. You can't find this on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, it's non-existent on Disney Plus, which is not great if you plan on watching it.
Yeah, that's a shame. All right, and then my number 9 is from season 6, episode 23, The Springfield Connection, where Marge becomes the police officer. And it air dated on the 7th of May, 1995. Another hilarious episode from start to finish for me. When they Marge or Homer plays 3 card Monty. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, 3 card Monty, and obviously with Snake, and he gets fooled, and Marge chases him, and then eventually gets him arrested, and wants to become a police officer to be more fulfilled in her life and stuff like that. And then obviously Homer having the boys over play poker in the house, and then Lenny shuffling the cards. He's got the speed gun on him. Hurry up with the cards, Lenny. I got you clocked at 2 miles per hour. Put that thing away. That thing's give you cancer. All the more reason to hurry up.
Oh, someone's coming at me at 40 miles an hour. Probably my favorite quote of the entire thing when Marge is in the training academy. Women, they always have trouble with the wall.
Can't seem to find the door. Forget about the badge. Where do we get the freaking guns?
I told you I'm not giving you guns until you tell me your name.
I let it up to here with your rules.
My favorite quote from the episode too is when Homer's double parked buying gear for the kids.
Yeah.
You have the right to remain silent. I choose to waive that right.
Right. Yeah, Marge arrests him and stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, like hilarious from start to finish. And then the counterfeit jeans running out of his own car hole. Yeah, that's right, car hole.
There is no D there.
There's
Keep
no
that in mind.
D. It's been confirmed. It's car hole. Get that right, car hole. And then,
Not so fast.
all right.
Okay.
Why don't you just stop entirely? Yeah, and which the whole my favorite part of the episode is obviously the training montage where she's like going through like the gun range, and then you missed the baby, you missed the blind man. Takes one solid weekend of training to get that badge. Yeah, it's a very funny episode. I mean, another you don't skip this episode. Well, I don't anyway because it's just hilarious, start to finish.
Definitely. See, my number 9 is one that everyone will agree with. I'll be shocked if you don't. Brother from another series, where Sideshow Bob gets out of jail and tries to start a clean life with his brother Cecil shows up, and they begin working on the dam together with Bucky, trying to prove that Sideshow Bob's not really start fresh. But there's a couple of good quotes from the series as a whole. See, cousin Merle and me were playing fetch with Geach, our old sniff hound, and well, old Geach is going to heaven, Mister To Village.
Oh, cousin Merle, really?
Come now, my cousin Merle ain't been quite right lately.
Any Sideshow Bob episode is a quality episode.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer's an amazing voice actor.
Yes, he is.
And an actor in general, of course.
Yes.
But then there's also the other one when Bart and Lisa try to go through his rubbish and he finds them. Madam, your children are no more than a pair of ill-bred miscreants. Lisa too, especially Lisa, especially Bart.
Yeah, this is on my list too, but I'm not going to say where on my list. But it's single-handedly my favorite Sideshow Bob episode.
Definitely one of the best ones that he's in. As you were saying before, there's plenty of good Sideshow Bob episodes.
I think all of them are real. I consider them all really good, even the later ones.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there's like the one where he goes to Italy and becomes the mayor of the town because he's got that big feat that he can do the grape harvest.
Yeah. Still good.
Still good.
Next up on my list is number 8. It's Homer versus the 18th Amendment from season 8, episode 18, which aired on the 16th of March, 1997. This is obviously the episode where beer is banned in Springfield and Homer becomes the beer baron and one of the best one-time characters of all time. One of the best. He's not the best, but Rex Banner, who was only in one. He only needed to be in one episode because I don't know how you would bring him back, but it's still a very good episode. Homer starts brewing his own alcohol in bathtubs. Yeah, brewing his own alcohol in 42 bathtubs, not 50 that he could have got for $3,000, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then it's quite clever, like Marge says in the episode, how he bowls him in the bowling alley straight into Moe's. And did I check that the coast is clear? Yeah, it's probably clear. Walk straight into Marge. Or
Marge,
when
I'm not gonna lie to you. Just walking.
or when like they're in bed together and everything's exploding in the basement.
Kablamo!
It must have been that beanie I had for dinner or lunch. One of the two, doesn't matter. And yeah, then you get Rex Banner in the episode, another one-time character who's really, really funny. How's it hanging, Banner? None of your business.
You haven't touched your banana sundae. It's not a very happy birthday for Rex Banner.
But yeah, and then you got Moe's that turns into the best damn pet shop in town, where they're obviously drinking alcohol, and then it turns into a pet shop while Banner and the police turn up.
Another good quote from there. Open up, Curly. This is a raid. Curly!
Raid early, and one of my favorite bits is like when Banner first gets introduced and he walks into the police station, kicks Wiggum out of the chair, and turns
Hey,
the
I was
TV
sitting
off.
there.
Hey, I was watching that. I was sitting there. Can I arrest you people for anything? No, I got nothing to do anymore. Um, yeah, like obviously the episode starts with the St. Patrick's Day parade, and obviously gets out of hand when Bart gets drunk, and then it makes the news and stuff like that. And that's when all the women in town, oh, not so much the women, but like the concerned adults of the town want prohibition. And then yeah, it has its one-liners, and it's still one of my favorite episodes. Obviously, very quality, and yeah.
You get the quote of Barney pressing his face up against the glass. Hello,
Hello,
fishies!
fishies.
My number 8 is a very another classic, A Fish Called Selma, where Troy McClure needs to get back on top of everything going on, so he marries Selma to basically get the roles in movies and everything.
Yeah, to get his rejuvenate his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big rumor of Troy McClure sleeping with the fishes. You get Fat Tony. No, I thought you said you were sleeping with the fishes. No, what I said was he was sleeping with. No, please, Tony, I don't want to hear it. Just finish a whole plate of.
Dingamagoo. Ah, Troy McClure.
Yeah, definitely missed. Um,
Yeah, Phil
him,
Hartman.
yeah, him and Lionel Hart's definitely two of the best characters in the series. Gone way too soon, of course.
Very good secondary characters for sure.
Yeah, when you get like characters like Lionel Hart's can I interest you in a belt of scotch? It's 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, I haven't slept in days.
Last chance.
But no, yeah, Fish Called Salmon has its interesting moments. Basically, it's all surrounding Troy McClure, of course. Again, another great character.
Yes.
Salma thinks she's finally found love and is just using her to get better roles and better castings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and don't forget one of the best Simpson songs of all times in this episode.
Dr. Zayas, Dr.
That's
Zayas.
exactly right.
uh,
That would be a musical I would go and see.
I would too. It's so good that it's like, yeah, it's unexpected, but definitely like a little hidden gem of an episode.
Yeah, for sure. Any Troy McClure based episode is really good, and the Simpsons sort of take a back seat in this episode. It's more centered around Selma and Troy, but still hilarious.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like in the beginning when he's driving all over the road and gets pulled over and he's supposed to be wearing glasses. Nah, when they don't, it kind of make you look like a nerd. Okay, are we up to number 7? Here we are up to number 7. My number 7 is, and I know most loyal Simpson fans are going to hate how low on the list this is, but Marge versus the Monorail is my number 7.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody that would make a top 10 Simpson list, this episode would have to be in it.
Yeah, it was a very hard choice for me to not have it in mind, but
It's the perfect episode.
yeah,
Another Simpsons episode with a fantastic song in it, Monorail song.
yeah,
Thank you, Conan O'Brien.
genius.
Absolutely. Imagine if he had stayed around for a little bit longer. I wonder what the later seasons would have been like.
Definitely.
But it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this originally aired on the 14th of January, 1993. If I'm reading that correctly. Yes, I am. And obviously, Mr. Burns dumping the toxic waste in the park.
Yeah.
All those bald children are arousing suspicion. So he gets caught, obviously, has to pay $3 million
Yeah.
to the town. And Marge's great idea was to fix Main Street, with all the potholes and a classic bit of Homer driving with snow chains still on his tires with a grand piano strapped to the roof of his car. And then, then Lyle Lanley obviously comes in and sort
Another
of,
Phil Hartman.
exactly, another Phil Hartman character, and sort of tricks the town because he's like, oh, Shelbyville. Tries to, goat them into doing it, and then
Yeah.
went twice as better the people than Shelbyville. Just tell us your idea and we'll vote for it. So then he gets his way, obviously scams the town, and then, you got scene after scene, even with when Marge goes to the previous town where they had the monorail and bring the doctor back.
There's
And
no
they're too
monorail. There
late.
never was.
I shouldn't have stopped that haircut.
Oh man, there's someone here who thinks he can help you. He's a
Batman? No, it's scientist.
Batman's a scientist.
It's not Batman. Oh, see, another quotable episode, line after line. And, the moral of the story was donuts can save the world.
Yeah.
Donuts can do anything.
Yeah.
And
that was the last idea, like that matchstick Eiffel Tower, or the elevator that goes nowhere, the giant magnifying glass.
And then, Homer becoming the monorail conductor as he does. It's like,
So,
wait a minute, who gets to be conductor? Oh yes, just waves his hand in front of everyone. Who, me? Yeah, sure.
can outrun the Flash?
He'll answer any questions you have about the monorail. Can it outrun the Flash? You bet. Can Superman outrun the Flash? Sure, why not? It's just stupid shit like that. Just makes it even funnier.
Definitely.
And and then obviously the Leonard Nimoy in this episode.
The solar eclipse, the cosmic dance.
Cosmic ballet goes on. Anybody want to switch seats?
Well, my work here is done. But you didn't do anything, didn't I?
And may the words be written. May the force be with you. Do you know who I am?
Aren't you one of those little rascals? Krusty won out. No, the world needs laughter.
See, quotable after quote after quote. When the mayor and Chief Wiggum are fighting over who's in charge. Well, let's see about it. Let's go to town hall. Fine. Should we take one car or should I follow you? Silly shit like that.
No, it's definitely an amazing episode.
I still have it number 7 though. So.
Some good episodes to come.
I don't care what you people think.
Yeah. That's a lie and you know it.
It's true.
We come to my number 7, Homer's Barbershop Quartet. The B Sharps, we can never forget about that.
No one can ever forget about the B Sharps, who were ripped off by the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh my God, where'd you get that brownie? There's a whole plate of them over there. Such a nice fella.
What a nice fella.
One of my favorite quotes of the entire episode. I found this really cool pencil holder. Fire up, man! I haven't seen a bong in years.
Your son or daughter will think this wishbone necklace is really cool. I doubt my son or daughter are that stupid. Sarcasm. I love that guy.
He's one of the best recurring characters.
Oh yeah, just a little background.
But even when they're at this the store when Ned's selling the religious baseball cards.
A Methuselah rookie card. Religion, learning.
Even my favorite scene from the entire episode when they have the flat tire and Marge is walking all the way away, and I'm like,
oh, while Homer keeps he's still telling the story.
Yeah,
that's really good.
The B Sharps, great episode. The B Sharps, the B Sharps, the B Sharps, the B Sharps. Can't blame a guy for trying. You're all under arrest. Or when he's when Homer's getting him out of the band. Go get it.
Where are we going? Run along, boy. You're free now.
Now. No. I could walk with the animal, talk with the animal.
Dr. Doodle.
Boy, Dr. Doodle's really Chief Wiggum. Time for this bird to fly.
What about when Grandpa's trying out? Get off the stage. I want to, but I can't.
Oh, it's just a Grammy.
Principal Skinner, you were deemed to be the funny one. Is this credible? Yes. Yes, it is.
How'd they find you, Bunny? I was seeing you on the bathroom floor.
Just the tear comes
Yeah.
down his face. Apu Nahasapima Petlat. From now on, you're Apu de Beaumarchais. It's a great insult to my heritage, but okay. It just goes with it.
Barbershop quartets going stale. I'm taking us to strange new places. Number 8.
That was actually really good.
Thank you.
Good timing. Seeing that season, that was like the first episode, like season 4.
Yeah, it was.
Season 4?
Episode season 5.
Season 5, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's when they really got into their groove, I reckon.
Yeah, like, I must admit, like a lot of mine are from like one of my top episodes are from season 5.
Yeah, well, very, very, very solid season. Started off really good too. My number 6 is 22 short films about Springfield,
Another one that you can't miss.
which is season 7, episode 21, which aired on the 14th of April, 1996. And I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't like this episode.
This works so well. Like, and like you see, there are writers talk about saying that was just like using it for filler.
Yeah,
And
just all these little stories piled into one episode.
yeah, and like as I was saying, like they're like, oh, it's just a filler episode to like make up time.
Yeah, make up an episode for the agreement of how many episodes they had to do for that season.
Ended up being one of the best episodes there is.
Yeah, it's in my top 10, so obviously it is one of the best episodes of all time because this top 10 list is incredible, and everyone should follow it.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you don't agree, Smippy's different, but if you don't agree with my top 10, I don't fucking like you. And this obviously comes in with the tall man in the Beetle car. Find something funny about my appearance. Stuff like that, and then the Smithers and the Mr. Burns bit on the tandem bike. You get stung by the bee.
It caused me to die.
Could you just pedal for a little while? Quite impossible.
Holy smokes! You need booze.
Or Millhouse needing to pee really badly, and goes into the comic book shop, and then still couldn't go to the toilet, and then ends up in
Herman.
Thank you very much. Herman's weapons store, where he's got Chief Wiggum and Snake hostage. There's used to be a pet store. And Millhouse comes out with the mace.
Yeah, the
Hey, Dad, can we get this?
Oh, sorry, Mister. Or even before that scene, donuts. I got donuts. Hey, I know you.
I know you.
Wait, we need to swap insurance details.
And then, like, right at the end, like, Professor Frink's just missed out on the episode. He starts singing his theme song with credits over the top.
Professor Frink, he'll make you laugh, he'll make you
think. The thing. And, there's, like, so many good bits in this episode.
Never forget steamed hams.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if we got steamed hams?
There would be a lot of backlash.
Yeah, all the 25 people that listened to it would have been very, very upset.
Yeah, steamed hams are definitely the pinnacle of the episode.
Pinnacle of the episode, and probably still the greatest Simpson meme trend of all time.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And, steamed hams. That if anyone remembers anything from this episode, as soon as you say, oh, it's the episode with steamed hams, straight away, people know exactly what you're talking about.
Definitely.
What's your next one, Smippy?
My number, we're up to 6 now?
Yours is 6.
Deep Space Homer. Yeah, we need all normal Joes to get into the space program. Hello, President Clinton. If anyone knows where to get some tea, I figured it'd be you. Shut up!
Yeah, another thing where The Simpsons, like, Homer goes to space. Like, how can you make that funny? And it was really funny.
Look what I smuggled on board. No, they're ruffled. Even the ants when they're about to crash into it. Save the queen. Who's the queen? I'm the queen. No, you're not.
I think my favorite part of this episode is towards the end when Homer's trying to beat up the other two astronauts with the carbon rod, gets stuck in the door.
Homer, you might just save us. Yeah, I'll beat you good.
Yeah, it still tries to get the carbon rod out of the door.
My favorite part of the episode is the Mr. T story.
I'll go a little later. I'll go a little later.
When I got there, he was already gone. Went
He
out the
said he
shopping
just
section.
left.
When I asked if he thinks he's come back, he said he didn't know.
He didn't know. And yeah, that so good.
I for one welcome on you, and overlords.
Oh, and then you get the training montage of him and Barney. Homer comes back after some time off, and Barney's like in the best shape of his life. He's quit drinking.
I got my balance and diction observed.
Oh, then he does that whole spiel. I can't do that off the top
Neither
of my
can
head.
I.
Yeah,
But Homer's, oh, that's nothing. Watch this. There was a massive nugget.
bang,
Ah!
straight into the wall.
Here it goes. I don't get it. That was alcohol free.
The wine bottle.
Yeah.
It's another good episode. Like
It's another one of the classics.
it
Like,
is. It's another
if
one
you
of the
mention The Simpsons to somebody, they've more than not seen this episode.
everyone would have seen this episode. I can guarantee you, my parents can tell you most of this episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
Yeah. My number 5 is the only one on this list that isn't based on how funny it is, just how just the memories of it. Because this is one of the episodes that I remember the most. I don't know why. I think it was played. I just remember it being played a lot on Channel 10.
Yeah,
Obviously,
straight after,
in
before
Australia.
Neighbours.
In Australia, that's where we're from. 6
Yeah.
o'clock weeknights on Channel 10. Thank God we had a second TV in the house because I wasn't watching the fucking news every night.
Yeah.
So my one is Bart Gets an F, which originally air dated on the 11th of October 1990, which was season 2. I wasn't even born yet. But this is, like I said, one of those episodes where I always happened to be on all the time. And you can tell, I knew straight away from the intro what episode it was. And it obviously has its funny moments, like every episode does. But this is more just a nostalgia for me, remembering being young and this episode, Bart trying to not taking the fourth grade seriously and stuff like that, and then being told, you will have to repeat it if you do not do better, and then him freaking out and crying and like, you know, I need to pass, and then he tries his best. He gets, he prays to God for some sort of miracle, so he didn't have to go to school to do the test because he didn't prepare properly. It gets the snow day. Lisa sort of tells him like, you prayed for this. You need
Don't
to.
squander it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then he does, and then you think he's failed, and he passes. He eventually passes, kisses the teacher. You know,
Ew, this
there's
kid's
only
a
a
teacher.
select few teachers in my school that I would have liked to have kissed. I'll tell you that much. They all started with Mister. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I?
I don't know, we'll find out.
Yeah. If I end up on the news, I'll let you know. And then like another big part of the episode where he like helps Martin become sort of a cool kid and not a nerd anymore, and in return, Martin's going to help him study. Which
Yeah.
automatic, it sort of backfires on him because then Martin becomes cool, and then sort of gets into his head a little bit, and doesn't end up helping Bart because now he thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
Like that. But yeah, like I said, just another nostalgia episode. Like I don't think I've ever there's definitely funny bits, like you do laugh in certain parts of this episode, but it's just more the memories of it, watching it like in my old house.
Yeah.
On a weeknight instead of watching the news.
Yeah, I gotcha. I used to be the same. You tune in at 6 o'clock once Simpsons finished. Mum come in, watch Neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fun time after The
Neighbours.
Simpsons.
I can't believe Neighbours is still a thing, actually.
Yeah, I don't know how it keeps going.
If you watch Neighbours, besides my mum, I don't like you.
I don't think my mum watches it either anymore, so we're on the clear there.
No, your mum's cool. She watches Law and Order. I love Law and Order.
She does now Chicago PD and everything.
I love Law and Order. She's cool.
Yeah, definitely cool.
What's your number 5, Smith?
Another one of Bart gets Bart gets an elephant.
I didn't know where that was going for a second. I don't know why.
No, Bart gets an elephant.
Yeah.
Enters a competition to win, what was it, $10,000 or an elephant?
Yeah, 10,000.
And he picked the elephant.
And the classic quote from Homer: "If you take the $10,000, we'll be millionaires."
Yeah. It's such a good episode. Like,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
I'm not leaving until I get my elephant. Thrown out the door, just banging on the door. Where's my elephant? Where's
yeah.
my
They're playing the
elephant?
elephant song.
And now, like, I have the robot. Either get that boy this elephant, or it's going to be taking both of your positions.
Praise the machine.
And, you know, of course, Bart gets the elephant in the end.
Yeah, by
Stampy.
some miracle, he gets the elephant overnight.
Good old Stampy.
Yeah,
You know, Stampy scares the other animals away and becomes, like, the dominant one. You know, eventually they have to get rid of him because they can't, you know,
can't afford it.
yeah. And Homer's going to sell him to the ivory dealer.
His goods ivory, his hat is ivory, and I'm pretty sure that check is ivory.
And here are the keys. Elephants don't have keys.
But
I'll just keep them then.
yeah, very good episode. Especially when Homer starts, like he has an idea.
Yeah.
You think the first idea, you think the idea to come up with is for people to pay to see the elephant, and then he just puts up a sign, keep out or go away, and then then he has the idea of paying for people to get on the elephant and stuff like that.
And you got to remember when Bart lets Stampy go because he's going to sell him to the ivory dealer.
Yeah,
He's coming to the peanut factory. I've prepared years for this. A lot of you asked to change the location, but the moment's finally come.
burst through.
Or even on Ned Flanders. Oh no, it's the elephant of the apocalypse. That's Horseman Eddie. Oh yeah.
Or when Chief Wiggum's getting all the phone calls, right? An elephant just walked through your front yard. Okay. Oh, that's actually a good episode. That's a hidden gem. That one.
Definitely.
I don't know how many people would have it on their top 10, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
definitely a great episode.
And my number 4 on my list is the one you've already spoken about, Brother from Another Series.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob and Cecil, or the way I see it is Frasier and Niles, because I am a massive, massive Frasier, obviously Frasier the TV show fan, and obviously saw this episode before I saw Frasier because I didn't appreciate Frasier until I was in my teenage years. So then after I watched Frasier, I went back to this episode and actually understood all the little jokes they made about them being brothers in this and then being brothers in the Frasier show.
Yeah.
Like when Bart jumps on the back of Cecil and covers his eyes. Guess who? Maris? Like I didn't get that as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't
I've
understand
never
the joke.
seen it, so I still don't get it.
I didn't get that as a kid, but watching the Frasier show and then loving Kelsey Grammer and anything he does, loving Sideshow Bob the character. Like this is my favorite Sideshow Bob episode of all time, specifically because it incorporates Frasier the show in it, and perfect segue into bringing the two shows and just making Sideshow Bob's brother Niles from Frasier.
Yeah.
And hilarious episode. Like when he's like Bob's coming out of jail, and you don't know what he's thinking. I still hope they make that shampoo I like, because he's actually trying to be good. He's the one that's actually saying, no, Cecil is the crook here.
Tell them they'll rue the day. You'll rue the day.
You live to regret this.
Ah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Great. Now I sound like the crazy one.
Yeah. And then, like, my favorite bit in the episode is, like, as soon as Frasier, Sideshow Bob's out of jail, they go to Cecil's apartment. It's got the Frasier theme music, and it's sort of got, like, the Frasier sort of feel to it with the jokes.
Yeah.
And it's like, the 4 years at Clown College. I'll not have you refer to Princeton that way. Like, that's why it's in my top 10 and in my top 5. Like,
not to mention the quote that I missed earlier of when Cecil does it, it's utterly, utterly hopeless. But when I do it,
you can't follow it quick enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you get towards like at the end of the episode where they both get arrested, and Lisa's like, no, Bob's innocent. He's telling the truth. That's like the crazy testimony of Lisa Simpson, and they both get arrested, and then they end up in jail together, like fighting over the top bunk as brothers would, and then the final line in that episode. When do we get to see the menus? Like just joke after joke. This episode, I love it. It's always going to be my top 10.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So now we come to my number 4. Another Sideshow Bob episode. Sideshow Bob Roberts.
Yes.
Where Sideshow Bob gets out of jail and runs for mayor. The one moment, like I know I probably should hold off waiting for the quote, but I just can't help but mention it now. When he wins the election, And he's standing at the podium, like, laughing maniacally.
Look
Look
how
how
happy
happy he
he is.
is. Trying to build the Matlock Highway Expressway over the
The
south.
Matlock Expressway.
Matlock.
Oh man, like just like we keep saying, any Sideshow Bob episode.
It's just the thing is like it's a funny little nod as well to how long he's been in the show. Like
Well,
when
since
he's
season one, yeah.
yeah, well they make a joke about it when he's like Mac Wemby spots the open like revolving door prisons,
Yeah.
letting criminals like Sideshow Bob out. Vote for Sideshow Bob for mayor.
Yeah. Like those little like two-sided jokes right there. Like you think it's going one way, but it comes another way. And then he does himself up at the end.
Yeah, he did all like the fake votes of like dead like pets and everything.
Yeah, he used like all dead people to win the vote and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
not Snowball.
And that yeah, like Sideshow Bob is mayor.
It was definitely a funny episode.
Oh, 100% funny episode. One of the great Sideshow Bob episodes. Yeah, I think most people would say they probably think Cape Fear
I
is
was
the
about to
best.
say Cape Fear would probably be my favorite Sideshow Bob episode, but
It's renownedly loved. I know that, but it's not my favorite. And my opinion matters, not yours.
exactly. That's why we have the podcast, and you don't.
That's exactly right. That's why I'm a Simpsons snub. Get used to it.
Yeah, more of a Simpson snub than me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't care about your opinion. Mine's the only one that matters. All right, we're into my top three now. Number three is Homer the Great, season 6, episode 12, where Homer joins the Stonecutters. Aired on the 8th of January 1995, which I was not even 1 year old yet. But like Stonecutter episode. Everyone knows what the Stonecutter episode is.
Remember those hypnosis lessons we took to ignore Grandpa? Sure do.
I still think I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken, Marge.
I know.
You know, he feels left out, like the No Homers Club.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have one, and then finally gets his way into the Stonecutters, and then finds out he's the chosen one. Attach the stone of triumph, and it's twice the size of the stone of shame. And he's the chosen one, so he's the leader of it all, and then pushes everybody else away to join it. So they would, and then they end up making their own club of No Homers again. Just silly stuff like another good episode with a great song. We do.
Yeah.
So everyone knows the Stoker. Patrick Stewart, the voice of number one.
I love Patrick Stewart and everything.
I love Patrick Stewart and everything, like especially like American Dad and stuff like that. Like,
it's funny that he chooses to voice himself and stuff as well.
Yeah, because I think he's got such a distinctive voice. It's just easier.
Yeah, well, it's like even in Family Guy. Yeah, voices Joe's baby, Susie.
Yes.
He does her like internal monologue, which is also pretty funny.
Yeah, stuff like that, and like he's monologue in the intro of Ted, like obviously a Seth MacFarlane movie and stuff like that. And like I think this episode has the quote I use the most, and it's not even like a word. It's when Homer spends all that time in traffic, going all the way to the power plant, parks right on the other side of the fence is where his house is, and you have Bart in the window going, "Hey, Dad." He's just. I think I use that quote more than anything in The Simpsons in my life. I do it to everybody.
I think the one that I use the most, oh, good morning, Roy. Yeah, hey, Roy.
Yeah, hey, Roy. Yeah, like when I picked you up today.
Hey, Smippy.
Hey. Yeah, like in my game room, I've got like a Stonecutter's ring as well, and stuff like that. And I've got the big mug coming from Pop Culture, Stonecutter mug.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. And quotes like it's a secret.
Shut up.
Like how can you? This has to be in everybody's top. I know it wasn't your top 10, but like.
Yeah, it's still a great episode.
No one can disagree that it's a great episode.
Yeah, I think my favorite part is also like Carl's having the drink, and then he's like, "It's a secret." And he just looks at Homer and says, "Shut up."
Yeah, Homer takes the role of saying, "Shut up."
Homer, I don't want you going out stalking people. All right, now I'm just going to go outside to stalk Lenny and Carl.
Stupid. Or when he tries to like walk in with the security guard.
Yeah.
Like walks up to the door, and just does a U-turn and leaves again. It sort of like reminds me of when Grandpa goes to the burlesque house.
Yeah.
Like, walks in, sees Bart, walks straight back out. Yeah.
Is your name Bart? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Your father know you're working here? It was his idea.
Okay, I'll take a whiskey sour.
Yeah. It's got Stonecutter episode. Patrick Stewart in it. What's not to love?
Exactly. So my number three is actually a Treehouse of Horror episode. Treehouse of Horror 5.
It's the first one, and I think the only one in our list, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I absolutely love it. It's one of my groundskeeper Willies in all three, and he keeps getting the axe to the back.
I'm bad at this.
Yeah, yes, yeah. The shinning, because you don't want to be sued. In between 4 and 5, it's Willie's time.
Don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
He comes running in. I've got to save it. Oh,
I love the start of that episode when they keep forgetting it. Like, did you lock the front door? Drives home. When you lock the front door? Did you remember to lock the back door? Comes home, comes back. Oh no, we left Grandpa at the gas station. What about Grandpa?
hi, Johnny.
He keeps rocking up to the wrong door
Yeah, I love it. And there's also the time traveling one where he like gets 10 in the toaster.
multiple times.
Oh, I'm glad. So, Dad, it's back in there. All right, time to fix the toaster. He's got like the drill with the hammer.
Yeah. Treehouse of Horror. Yeah, for the 30+ seasons they've been on, every Treehouse of Horror is pretty good.
Yeah, I just love this is Treehouse Horror 5, the recurring theme of like Willie dying. Like the time travel on Homer, this is not your real reality. I can help you get back, but you have to.
Keeps getting killed in every single one.
And with the kids, like when the teachers are eating them, I'll save you, kids. Oh, I'm not good at this.
Oh yeah, that's the one where the teachers are eating all the kids.
Yeah. No, we're all gonna be safe, kids. No house frozen. Well, nothing bad's gonna happen to the Simpson
Sure,
kids.
someone will come along to save the two Simpson children.
No, don't worry, it's not a bad dream. The only thing you have to worry about is that fog that turns everyone inside out.
Oh, that used to creep me out a little
Yeah,
bit.
same.
I
It
don't
was
know
always a bit of
why.
a mess.
Yeah.
But no, it's my favorite Treehouse of Horror. Though I will have to admit, I do have another segment out of it that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Dr. Hibbert's Island, where he turns them into animals.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
it's in Treehouse of Horror 5, but like,
No, still Treehouse of Horror. That's an episode we could do. Rank the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
yeah, I'm down for that.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
We know the top 10 will be in the first
10 seasons.
something like that. Whenever they started the Treehouse of Horror. Always good Treehouse of Horror. All right, we're into my number 2 now. And mine is from season 8, episode 10. I actually think season 8 is probably my favorite Simpsons season of all time.
Yeah,
I think so. Have to be. It's the Springfield Files
yeah,
with the appearances of Mulder and Scully from the X Files, and another brother from another series. Like I watched this episode before watching the X Files, obviously,
yeah,
but watched the X Files because of this episode.
yeah.
And I'm a huge X Files fan. I love the X Files. Seen it all multiple times. It's just a really good episode. And then as the years went on, I appreciated it more after watching the X Files. How good this episode was. And then you find out at the end that the alien that Homer thinks he's been seeing is just Mr. Burns, all drugged up and aglow from working in a power plant for years and years and years.
So when I was a kid, I was actually terrified of that episode.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was always afraid of aliens and stuff. So like
Okay.
when he came out, like the X Files theme music was playing.
Yeah.
So obviously I didn't know what the X Files was back then.
No, neither did I.
It terrified the shit out of me. Like I hated watching it. I had nightmares about it and everything.
But have you ever watched the X Files?
No,
You've never watched it? Oh.
I plan on it.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
get on it, man. Come on. Like you got the alien lineup, like Homer trying to identify which alien it was, like Marvin the Martian's there, and then
Elf.
you got Elf,
Chewbacca.
just yo, just Elf.
Lovely, like as well the scene where like, it has like the bird's eye view and he sees the and like runs just like
Oh yeah, just falls into the grass.
Yeah.
Or when he thinks he sees the alien, discovers it's just Grandpa in the woods. I went to get for the morning paper and I got lost. No time for you, old man.
Yeah, die sign like pushes on its diet.
And then it's diet, yeah. And then
Agent Rose and Scully, FBI, huh? Quick, gotta get Shimmy back to SeaWorld.
Who thought a whale could be so heavy? Or when he's like trying to explain to Marge that he's seen something, and she goes, "Have you been drinking?" No. Well, 10 beers. But just like Mulder and Scully, like if you haven't watched the X Files, People, you need to watch the X.
Yeah, as I said, it's on my list of things to watch.
That's not good enough.
It is not.
It's not good enough, and I don't appreciate that. Like little things in the episode too, like Mulder's FBI ID, and it's just him lying down in his underwear and stuff like that.
And it has like the monologue where he's like standing there in the field and everyone else moves on, he just keeps on going.
Yeah, he just keeps talking, talking. No, don't kill it. It's Mr. Burns. Oh, it's Mr. Burns. Kill it! Kill it!
Bring us love, break his legs.
Hey, that's what you do when someone tries to bring you love. You break its legs.
Exactly.
What's your number? What's your number two, Smith?
Another popular one people agree with is Joy of Sect.
Ah,
How much is this free weekend? It's free. And when is it? This weekend.
and how much are you charging for this weekend?
Free.
And when is it?
Such a good episode. I found another bean that looks like the leader. Got like the shelf, like all these beans.
Yeah, he's got is it lima beans? Is
Yeah,
that what they are? Yeah, pretty sure they are.
yeah. It just like gets conned into going to this cult, like following.
Yeah.
When they're like standing there in the auditorium, like, oh, you can free like leave whenever you want. Every time I guess they shine the spotlight on, where are you going? Oh, just
Just
nowhere.
rearrange my underwear. I still like when you told me that this was in your. You didn't tell me what number it was in your list, but you told me it was in your list. And then the first thing I pictured in this episode is when Marge escapes, comes back with Reverend Lovejoy and Groundskeeper Willie to kidnap Homer to try and break to
My brain.
yeah, because
Yeah.
he's brainwashed, so they're trying to fix him. And Lovejoy hits him in the head with the baseball bat. And Willie just grabs it off and goes, "Give it here, you noodle-armed choir boy."
And the answer is like, oh yeah, surely worked.
Oh, this is I reckon this is an underrated episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Very underrated. And
I
then
don't get it. Everyone else is like taking one bowl of the gruel, and he just keeps having more servings. Na 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 leader. Na 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 leader. Leader. Batman. I
Batman.
mean,
I
leader.
love the leader.
Your very own hover bikes.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't think anyone's made that noise with was it a comb and a piece of
Napkin.
paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a guest in my house, I have to offer you a drink, but it's going to be mostly head.
Yeah. Most people get head when they're in my house.
I do, and I love it.
Such a bad joke. You ready? Are we up to my number one now?
Yeah, yeah.
See, my number one. I think this is not. I wouldn't say it's most people's number one, but everyone loves this episode. I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't like this episode. Season 8, Episode 2. You only move twice.
Yeah.
Or it's now known as the Hank Scorpio. It is in my opinion, and let me remind you, my opinion matters, not yours. It is the greatest Simpson episode.
Hank
Albert
Scorpio.
Brooks voicing Hank Scorpio. Very, very disappointed that he was supposed to be the villain in the movie, and then they changed it to Russ Cargill, who was still voiced by Albert Brooks. They should have just made it Hank Scorpio, but I'm not going to get into that. That's another podcast
Yeah.
that I can rant for an hour about.
Another podcast of disappointments.
The podcast or the movie?
Both.
Okay, good. We're only going to get worse. Yeah, like the Hank Scorpio episode, quotable. Like again, every line is quotable.
You got the Hammock District.
Hammock District, and then Hank Scorpio is the villain in the episode. He's the one blowing up bridges. Hates Italy more than France, which I don't understand. That's very evil of you because no one hates Italy over France ever.
Yeah.
You got the James Bond cameo in it. Like they don't say. I don't think they even say Bond in it.
No, they don't.
No, they say it's completely different.
Expect me to talk, Scorpio? No, I expect you to die on a very cheap funeral.
And then, yeah, that, and then like the very first scene Scorpio is in is quotable. The whole thing.
In fact, I didn't even give you my coat.
Hmm? Wow, this episode means so much to me that it was. I actually got obviously most people that know me know I got Hank Scorpio tattooed on me.
Yeah.
That was my very first Simpson tattoo. That's how much I love this episode and this character.
He's definitely an amazing character.
Yes, and everyone like I agree. Like he should have been in more episodes, but then again, I don't agree because I'm like he could have
Yeah,
worn off. You know
gotten
what I mean?
oversaturated.
Yeah, you don't want to be oversaturated by it, but that's why it's the best Simpsons episode of all time.
Yeah. Well, he does have like has again more quotes. You ever seen a man say goodbye to shoes?
Yes, once he's in the middle of a fun run while he's welcoming them into the town, Cypress Creek.
I mentioned the the sugar and cream, the
Oh yeah,
coffee.
you got any sugar around here? Sugar, sure. He just pulls it out of his pockets.
Do you want some cream?
Yeah,
No.
no. Fun fact: I got kicked out of Year 11 PE multiple times, not just once. But but as I was getting kicked out, a very good friend of ours, Ricky, looked at me and said, "Did I want some cream?" With the Hank Scorpio mannerisms, and I pissed myself laughing.
Good old Ricky.
Like just it's that episode. Like anytime someone quotes it to me, I just laugh because it's hilarious, fucking hilarious.
It is. It's a really good episode.
Yeah,
It's definitely like if it wasn't in my top 10, it like definitely should have been. But not gonna take it back now.
people have different opinions, but like mine matters. Don't forget that. But yeah, it's just you can't hate this episode.
No, definitely not.
All right, Snip Dog, number one. Am I gonna hate it?
No, you're not. It's Homie the Clown.
Okay, I like it.
Oh man, I absolutely love the episode. It's new Billboard month.
Slams on his brakes on the freeway. Crap makes everybody behind him crash, but not
Got
crash
one
into
to the
him.
fucking drop.
It's exactly like the Western Highway area.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, new Billboard. Clown College, you can't eat that.
Can't eat that.
That billboard had no effect on me whatsoever.
Yeah, finally gives in and goes to Clown College.
That's it. You've all stood over me long enough. I'm going to Clown College. I don't think we expected anyone to say that.
I don't think anyone expected him to say that. Yeah, another episode where people would, even us, like someone, we're making a list and someone says, well, "What about Homie the Clown?" You go, "Oh, Homie the Clown!
Yeah,
What an episode!"
exactly.
Yeah,
It's the same as like a lot of ones like on your list. I'm like, why wasn't it on mine?
yeah. It's not an overlooked episode, but it's just one of those ones that flies under the radar, and then someone mentions it, and you're like, "Yes, that episode."
Well, like my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts of the episode. Those pants are supposed to be baggy.
Baggy.
When they
I've
do
never
the
had a pair of pants fit so comfortable in my life.
when he's riding on like his pants get caught in the bike the chain.
Oh,
Just burn that seat.
burn that seat. Or when he's booked at Millhouse's birthday party, crashes into the tree, and then there's
There's
like
a
a
delay
3 second delay before he slams through the windscreen.
I've got to pay for another hour.
Yeah, he realizes how much it sucks being a clown.
Here comes Krusty the Clown.
He's stealing all the birds.
Stop!
He's
He's already dead. COVID number on my bracelet.
Oh man, one of the best bits in this, one of the best parts of this episode is when there can only be one Krusty in each like town, and they're rattling off where they're from. Homer, Texas, Brooklyn, Homer,
I'm Krusty. Don't you get it?
Krusty.
Krusty.
Remember when we let those beavers into that pine wood store? Oh no, that wooden furniture store.
Yeah,
Hey, you take it easy, Krusty.
Krusty. Haven't seen you in a while. So I think we could join up and go together. Yeah, sure.
Or right at the end where the mob is after Krusty and they think Homer is Krusty.
Yeah.
And then Krusty comes in to save the day at the end, and you think that the amount of money he owes the mob because they're trying to kill him is thousands and thousands of dollars, and it turns out to be $48.
Yeah. And here's your change.
Thank you. Change? Like,
well, the most quotable line of the entire episode. I'm seeing double here. Four Krusties.
Yeah, good one, Krusty.
Now we want to see you ride together.
It's yeah.
You bet all your money against the Harlem Globetrotters.
He spit at the ball in his finger. Just take it.
He's using a freaking ladder.
It's fixed. They were using a freaking ladder. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. climbs out the window onto a plane. Just when he's done in there, I gotta go. Yeah.
Well, what are you doing there? Putting in speedos. Ah, okay, I have my piece of the Bible real close to me.
I'm gonna go
Like,
insane. Good episode. Very, very good episode.
I love it. Especially like the when like the movie Signs, like they're like teasing it when he's building the trapeze out of the potatoes. Like on Signs, basically, he's like seen like molding his food and that around.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh, yeah. The mashed potatoes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm with you now.
yeah. It's that. Just I think I'm gonna grab some wine.
I think I'll have some wine. We've all been there.
Yeah.
What do So yeah, that's our top 10. If you agree, that's great. If you don't, give a shit.
And well, if you do agree, let us know what your top 10 are. That'd be
Yeah, let us know what your top 10 are. Um, yeah, follow us on Facebook.
soon to be Instagram too.
Yeah, we'll have an Instagram up soon. Honorable mentions. Do you have any, Ben?
I do actually. Bart gets a girlfriend.
Oh, with Reverend Lovejoy's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jessica Lovejoy.
Jessica Lovejoy. That's a good episode.
It is.
Um, yeah, honorable mentions. I do, Homer loves Flanders
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
become friends, and I think the best scene, one of the best scenes in the whole Simpsons series, is when he takes the boat out for one last spin, gets it airborne into the car park, and lands on Flanders' car. Your car, huh? What are the odds?
I think one of my other favorite episodes is it's one of the later episodes in the season where like Ned punches Homer. Can't remember what season. It's like a really late season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like Flanders is like, okay, punch me back. And Homer's like, I don't want to. He's like, I'm insisting on a fisting. And Smithers comes in. He's like, what's that about a fisting?
No, just that's.
Yeah, when I saw it, I lost my shit.
I also like Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1 and 2. It's got to be. I wish I was old enough to be around for the hype around that
Yeah,
cliffhanger because that was huge.
it was back in the day.
That was like the competition they had. They had a competition for people to enter. Who do you think shot Mr. Burns? And apparently someone won it by guessing Maggie, but they never found out who it was. Because I don't think he left his detail or they left their details or something like that.
That'd be so
Yeah,
unlucky.
something messed up and they couldn't find who it was. But like, imagine that was the end of season 6, start of season 7. So that would have been 96, 95,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that. Like, I was 2, maybe even 1 at the time. Like, imagine being old enough to remember that time
yeah. That'd be amazing.
because that was big. That was big news.
What about while we're on the track of honorable mentions? Mr. Burns' baseball team.
Oh, Homer at the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 3. That's a very good episode. That's
Daryl, Daryl.
they're professional athletes. It doesn't bother them. It just doesn't
So
tear down
single
his
tear
face.
drops down.
Any Simpsons episode that revolved around sport is a pretty good one.
Plus
Like
also like Dancing Homer.
Dancing Homer with baseball, Homer at the bat with baseball, Lisa on ice with ice hockey because that's my favorite sport of all time.
Yeah.
You got like Bart Star when they're playing little they call it Little League?
Yeah, they do.
Pee Wee football.
Yeah.
They call it Pee Wee football and stuff like that. Like that's real. That stuff's all really cool because I can relate to it.
Yeah.
Like I still just can't believe this crazy thing been going for 30 years, 32 years.
Yeah.
And obviously the quality has dropped, but you got to give them credit that they're still going.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's one of those things where you have to like cut the leech off and just accept it.
Yeah, but like, have you watched much of the newest season?
I've watched like the last season I watched was season 30.
Okay, like the newest season is actually not that bad.
Yeah, like they're not terrible, but they're not great. Um, I guess it's kind of like the way that I think of it is like Futurama cut it off at the right time, like
Well,
before it
yeah,
grew
because
stale.
they got cancelled. Sorry to cut you off, but they got cancelled after season 4, and then they got renewed.
The robots' hands, the devil's hands are idle playthings.
Yeah,
Was meant to be the series finale.
yeah, that or when Leela gets stung by the bee.
Yeah, that
It
was a
was
good
one of
one too.
those two. I think it was different in Australia. I think in America or some parts around the world, when she gets stung by the bee was the last episode. But on the Australian DVDs, the ones I've got, I think, was the robot hands is the last episode.
Yeah,
I think I can check that, but I can't be bothered.
yeah.
Um,
Futurama was a topic for another day.
yeah, that I could talk about that because yeah, Futurama was really good, but like yeah, cutting it off at the right time, like people should have, people say Simpsons ended 20 years, 25 years ago and stuff like that, but I don't think animation would be anywhere where it is right now if it wasn't for the Simpsons still going.
Yeah, I agree.
Ask any animating person, I'm guarantee you they love the Simpsons.
I don't think like, there's very few people that wouldn't love it. I reckon. Like, there's some people that we know that their parents wouldn't let them watch it. So
Yeah, like what? Yeah, that's weird. Like okay, but like back then in the '90s, like the Simpsons was like, especially in America, was like people were like against it and like what I think it was President Bush. What was his wife's name? Barbara Bush
yeah,
said in a speech that we need. Oh no, he said it. Bush said, we need America to be more like the Waltons, not like the Simpsons.
yeah,
Could you imagine a politician coming out now saying like the Simpsons is bad?
yeah. That'd be a shout on for sure.
Yeah, like there's. I wouldn't say there's worse cartoons out there, but there's definitely more explicit cartoons out there.
Yeah, you like look at Metalocalypse, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Even early Family Guy and stuff like that. Like like even they're still pushing the envelope with jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely a topic for another time. I reckon about
I'd say so.
animated stuff like that. You got anything to add?
I think we're about done now.
We're all done here.
Yeah, so thank you for listening. Once again, if you want to follow us on Facebook, it's the Developing Culture Podcast. Feel free to tell us your top 10 episodes
Yeah,
or
I'd love
episodes
to
you don't
hear
agree
how
with.
wrong you are.
Yeah, that too.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, and we'll have Instagram up soon so that we can let the people of Instagram know what's going on.
Thank you, and have a good day.
See you later.